Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines we have for you today. Ripple partner news. You're going to love it. Chris Larsen, founder of Ripple, co-founder of Ripple, has expressed his frustration in the U.S. We're going to talk about that. And XRP Ledger introduces 3 new amendments and transactions going from 1,500 transactions to 3,000 plus. We got that and so much more. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, $1.08 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is off by 0.1%. Right now, 25,600 plus for Bitcoin, 1,600 plus for Ethereum. Tether market cap 82.8 billion plus. XRP at the number 5 spot is slipped to 49 cents right now, off by 0.6 on the 24-hour and off by 5% on the 7-day. We'll take a look at the numbers before we get out of here today. Let me tell you about this, because you guys know that I believe that distributed ledger technology, gold, metals, silver, it's all going to be a part of the new financial system. And right now, Miles Franklin is running a deal where you can get a deal on 1 ounce gold eagles. You won't believe it, but you got to use the code DIG-GOLD, D-I-G gold. Make sure you call the number underneath of the video in the description and tell them DIG gold and get the best price for that 1 ounce gold eagle. And Val Canby 1 ounce silver bars. All of this stuff is the best place to get your metals if you're looking for precious metals. And I tell you right now, and don't forget that you can also get your own personal alternative to banking by using Glint, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. Remember, look, I want to remind you, Glint is such a powerful tool that it's being recommended and cited on the Texas House legislature floor as a solution to make gold legal tender. So I tell you, physical gold and having the ability to spend gold like cash, these are things I'm very interested in, just like XRP, XDC, XLM, and the rest of it, you guys know. I think all of these things play a very meaningful role in the new financial system. Here we see Ripple, the payments company behind the crypto token XRP, has joined hands with Jared Isaacman, Elon Musk partner at SpaceX. And this is all about donating to the people in need and the Maui Emergency Response Fund. The question out of this is there more to come between Jared Isaacman and Ripple? We know that Elon has obviously bought X, and he said that he's going to make it a super app. So you can't help but speculate, is there going to be a bigger collaboration other than just the Maui Emergency Response Fund? And listen, I want to say, Ripple always steps forward as a class act. That's how they roll. That's how they do it. And they do it again here. This does not look unfamiliar. This is exactly the kind of class act that Ripple has always been as a company. And it's because of the people inside. No doubt about it. So congratulations to everybody coming together to help the people of Maui. I want you to hear this because we talked about the news here about SBI, which has been a seed investor, a huge advocate for Ripple and XRP and on-demand liquidity. But I want you to listen to what Crypto Insight UK says here about the expansion and use of ODL and XRP in the remittance market. Take a listen.
XRP holder, yesterday we had some great news coming out of SBI Remit in Japan. They expressed that they're going to extend their XRP related Ripple product, which is ODL or on-demand liquidity, to the Philippines, Vietnam and Indonesia. This means a few things. One, firstly, that they are specifically utilizing XRP in their fiat-to-fiat transactions. And two, that is going pretty well, and so they're going to extend that service to 3 other countries. This is something you guys should really be keeping your eye on. It's actual real-world use case for cryptocurrencies. I know a lot of people FUD XRP and say that Ripple and XRP are completely different, and yes, they are. But it's important to remember that companies use both the XRP related product and Ripple's RippleNet as well. Just to finish, I'm extremely bullish on the closing line of the newsletter, which is what you can see right here.
And if you go into this thing, he puts it right here. By using XRP as a bridge currency, SBI says you can send money quickly at a low cost. In addition, it is also excellent in scalability, such as being able to easily send money to Ripple's partners around the world, and we believe that it will strengthen its competitiveness in the international remittance business. How about that? Make sure you give Crypto Insight UK a follow there. And I want to remind everybody here that Yes Bank joins Reserve Bank of India Digital Rupee project. And we know also that Yes Bank, a Ripple partner, now live with UPI interoperability on the Reserve Bank CBDC app. Take a listen to UPI ATM. The future of fintech is here. Take a listen to this now.
Hi, my name is Ravi Sutanshti, and today I am going to show you a very interesting product and global fintech twist in Mumbai. And this is UPI ATM made by NPCI, powered by NCR Corporation. How this will work, let's try it out. So you just have to click on UPI cardless cash button. Instead of swiping your debit card, you can simply scan the QR code that will be displayed on this screen. So I am going to withdraw 500 rupees, and now QR code is already here. I will open supported UPI app. So Beam is the official UPI app that I am using here. Once the app is open, you have to click on scan button. And you can select the desired bank account. I'm using Bank of Baroda, and just click on confirm. It's also displaying that I'm going to withdraw the cash. So it's not a P2P or P2M transaction. I'm not going to show you my PIN. And now when the transaction is done successfully using your bank account, you'll get a confirmation message, and let's see if this ATM works or not. Okay, so the transaction is getting processed now. Let's see if I get 500 का नोट और 100 रुपीस का 5 नोट. जल्दी से पैसे आ जाओ. ओके, हमारे पैसे आ चुके हैं. वाओ, वी हैव 5 बहुत अच्छे कड़क नोट ऑफ 100 रुपीस. So this.
There it is right there. Look, what I'm seeing around the world is a ramping up and bringing all of this technology together directly or indirectly. And it is very exciting for me to see. Even more news of that here is Flash Payments in Australia from Mr. Mann. Give him a follow. Is ready for NPP, the new payments platform connection. NPP is similar to FedNow for Australia. You damn right it is. And then looking right here, Ripple and Flash Payments recognize the game-changing benefits of Ripple Consensus Protocol for international money transfers and was the first digital currency exchange in Australia to be awarded a license to operate from ASIC. How about that? Look, I'm excited about it. But then we come back home to the States, and I don't think anybody expresses the frustration any better about what's going on here in the U.S. than the co-founder of Ripple. It's Chris Larson. Take a listen.
City.
Yeah.
Is that something you recognize?
Well, that's really unfortunate, because I think, unfortunately, this administration made a really bad call.
At the city level or at the federal level?
At the federal level. They pretty much killed San Francisco from being what it was, the blockchain capital of the world. We owned it, and we don't anymore because the Biden administration, for whatever reason, decided they want to push this industry offshore. And so it's London, Singapore, Dubai that really are the global capitals of blockchain. That's unfortunate. Maybe our vacancy rate would be half of what it is here in San Francisco. It's 30%. It might have been 15% if we still were the global blockchain capital of the world. So that was a missed opportunity. It's really unfortunate. It hurt the city.
The latest with Ripple Labs action at the federal level is that you have objected to the SEC's request to appeal the original court ruling, which was a positive for Ripple in the sense that it found the cryptocurrency XRP was not a security when it was sold to the public. Could you just explain what the latest is with that legal dispute?
Well, I think the bottom line is the SEC lost on everything that was important to them and important in regulation of the industry. The case still continues. There's appeal processes that everybody has the right to do. But we think that this is really groundbreaking. This is the law of the land. And it is actually quite good news, I think, I think the U.S. screwed up here on crypto and blockchain policy. This is the beginning now, through the courts, unfortunately, instead of through regulators, to get that clarity and get us back in the game.
Absolutely. And that is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're waiting now to get back in the game through the court system. And this is all because Congress hasn't done what they're sent to Capitol Hill to do, which is make legislation and keep us a leader in all areas of the world when it comes to growing economies and changing technology that is going to innovate the rest of the world and bring us all together. That's where we are right now. And I want to share this. This is a comment and a conversation. We have some of the most incredible conversations in DPMG, and I encourage you to join the hundreds of others and join us inside of there for the incredible conversations that are taking place and the transformations that are taking place among each and every one of us as we begin to really go down the road of becoming a better, more educated investor and speculator in this space and new technology. I was having a wonderful conversation with Carl Wagner, William Lally, and so many others in the group, Johnny Magnuson, and I was sharing this point here because a lot of people feel like, that Ripple isn't going to be, or XRP isn't going to ultimately be a bridge currency and those things. And I feel differently, and I'm not trying to change anyone's mind, but I wanted to share some of the things in the conversation that we had here. And it was a great conversation started by Carl. So shout out to Carl Wagner for that. I believe Ripple isn't spending $200 million per Brad Garlinghouse to make sure XRP was not a security because it won't be used. The rest will have to be revealed to us over time. As retail investors and speculators, we don't get to see the whole strategy. Why hasn't a greedy bank like Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan just bought up the retail market for XRP yet is beyond me. Understanding that Ripple is fighting and spending $200 million to ensure XRP is not a security is enough for me to hang my hat on that it is very important. Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse have said many times they could have settled long ago if they just allowed XRP to be a security. The fact that Ripple is the steward of the escrow is also another powerful weapon for Ripple. It gives them the power to lend, lease, and sell to incentivize market makers to use the asset. I think BRICS using their national currencies more often going forward through trade will create fertile ground for demand and use of a bridge asset like XRP. Think of what Bob Way said to me back in 2019. The smaller, more exotic corridors are where XRP can be effective right now because there isn't enough liquidity at this level to handle larger corridors. The real issue for me has always been a very serious point. For the first time in the United States, a new money that is not backed by a government or a U.S. government or any government for that matter has legal clarity. It's XRP. I still believe this case has the potential to go to the Supreme Court of the United States. #Ripple test. Caroline Pham from the CFTC said herself this was the biggest fear allowing a digital currency, non-bank, non-government, non-state bank currency to flourish. If they keep a legal dog leash on this asset, meanwhile, appellate court, Supreme Court process, while adoption continues and things have been ramping up as we've seen, they can monitor its progress as a payment token, the way Jim Rickards refers to a difference between a payment token and a world reserve currency. And as it grows to ultimately serve as a bridge currency, they can swing the gavel at any time and deem it digital marbles if it all goes wrong. This is not as simple as buy it and use it. The U.S. government, U.S. dollar as a global reserve currency, cannot afford to get this wrong, and they get one chance to get it right. Everyone can call me crazy, and I'm cool with it, but that is the goal. Ripple stopped all the world reserve currency talk because it scared regulators, not because they failed at achieving it. They just adjusted the message, not the goalpost. And I do love the DPMG. Again, I show you all of that because I am still very much in line with what the ultimate goal is. And I know the markets can change people's mind, and I am not trying to change yours. I'm just sharing my digital perspectives. And thinking of digital perspectives, take a look at this news. Ripple increases XRP ledger transactions per second from 1,500 to 3,400. Come on in. Yeah, and then we have this right here from Krippenreiter here. It says, boom. Ripple version 1.12.0 went live an hour ago. And that was yesterday evening. And he says here that it's now time to begin updating nodes and voting on 3 new amendments. And those amendments here we can break down from Ripple X that we're very excited to announce that XLS-30 AMM spec and XLS-39 clawback spec have merged to the latest version of Ripple 1.121.0. It says here XLS-30, as most of us already know, will bring the native automated market maker to the XRP ledger that integrates with its existing order book DEX to enable trading of digital assets in automated liquidity pools and enable developers to address a wider audience of DeFi stakeholders. XLS-39 will enable clawback feature, a new lightweight addition to the Ripple 1.120 code base. It says if adopted, the XRP Ledger mainnet clawback will provide an opt-in capability for newly issued assets to be clawed back via a trust line. To bring either feature to the XRP Ledger mainnet, these XLS specs must undergo the amendment process, which requires the validator community to largely agree with the proposal. Every server on the network independently tallies the votes of the validators it is configured to listen to as part of the consensus process. For an amendment to pass, obviously, at least 80% of validators must approve the amendment by updating their vote to yes. This minimum threshold must remain for at least 2 weeks. If both conditions are met, the amendment proposal will be passed and the new XLS spec will become a live feature of the mainnet. This process must happen for each amendment. All members of the validator community are encouraged to review code and all documents to make an informed decision. Review the latest XLS 30 AMM documentation and the 39 clawback documentation right there at the link. This to me is extremely exciting. Now, does it mean now that we've seen instances, and I want to remind people, we've seen instances where we get down this road and then something's not right and they don't pass it. And you know, this is the part of the process that allows the community to make sure that they are getting it right before they bring it to the main net. So very exciting what we're seeing happen here. I am super excited to see automated market makers come to the main net so we can all find out exactly how it will work, what will the return be. You know, I'm very excited. There's so much there. We could do a whole video on it. And once it makes it to the mainnet, I'm sure we will. And then this I wanted to share with everybody because let's put some perspective on this, right? 2026, this from XRP Drops, give them a follow. 80% of global finance leaders are likely to begin using cryptocurrency, CBDCs, and or stable coins. There are already 13 years of adaptation behind us. With a view to 2030, the world will have changed significantly with regard to Web3 and digital assets. And I say here, just in a little over 2 years from now, the world will be a very different place transactionally. If only there was something that could help bridge this new digital world of value. And speaking of which, good morning. We're back with the diamond bottom pattern, which we looked at back in March of this year. And Eggrad Crypto is sharing it for a very good reason, because you know you could see that we could see the technical structure here, and you could see that as we come down. We could see that pullback before we see some kind of an explosion. We don't know what will happen. Keep that in mind. But this is what we're watching for, right? There's your pattern, and we're seeing where we are. So we're really, really at a place where the charts are speaking very loudly that there is something coming, and we don't know what it'll be exactly. But if it is a $10 XRP, I say good morning. And whenever you're ready, we'll be here to catch you. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.